It just kind of seems that kind of death surrounds Ab-Soul in some ways.
It also kind of deals with the aftermath of those things. He talks about the damage that he sustained from the attempt. He talks about coming out on the other side and trying to make Soul Burger or Dough Burger proud. And it exists in a place where I think he really is trying to build himself up to be the artist that he can be.
Yes, and we have an excellent show for you today. We are going to review. We're actually going to do our No Rhyme or review of Ab-Soul's Soul Burger. It's his 6th studio album, out now on TDE. It's dedicated to his late friend Dough Burger, who passed away in 2021. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to talk about the themes, the production, our favorite tracks, and then we're going to give our arbitrary rating at the end in order for you to really understand what we feel about this album. So what did you think about the themes?
Themes felt more like Herbert Part 2. Mm-hmm. I think Herbert was introspection to like how he was feeling post-COVID, post like a lot of things that were kind of going on in his life, post his breakup with Yara Sanchez and like a lot of different things. So this felt like theming of this is how he was dealing with the death of his friend Dough Burger. Like there's attempts and other things that he talks about on this album, and it was a trip, so to speak.
Yeah, for me, I think it's more about, it is a continuation. So I agree in that piece. I think it's a continuation of death.
Yes.
And dealing with death as a realistic concept. And Ab-Soul has done his best work whenever he reflects on death, right? So the passing of his
Alori Joe.
Yeah, his late girlfriend, Alori Joe, long time ago on Control System. Mm-hmm. And then you have his interaction with you know, a attempt on taking his own life.
Yeah.
On Herbert, and then now dealing with the death of his friend in 2021. It just kind of seems that, you know, kind of death surrounds Ab-Soul in some ways.
Yeah, I was thinking about that myself. It also kind of deals with the aftermath of those things. He talks about the damage that he sustained from the attempt. He talks about coming out on the other side and trying to make Soul Burger or Dough Burger proud. And it exists in a place where I think he really is trying to build himself up to be the artist that he can be.
Yeah. And I think oftentimes artists second guess the artist that they can be.
Yeah.
And that act of second guessing or not moving within that intuition, and we even hear it on the skit somewhere. He's told that, you know, by his partner that, yo, you got it. What are you worried about? You know what you're channeling. You know what you got. You know that you're here for this, and what's meant for you is going to be meant for you.
Yeah.
And that's what's most appropriate, I think, when it comes to the theming.
So jumping off theming.
Yeah.
Let's get into this production, because I think there was a lot of moving pieces. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of impressed, but also underwhelmed at the same time.
Okay. Why were you underwhelmed? Let's start with that first.
Ab-Soul normally has more than like 2 or 3 like songs that I think are like really club hits to me. Even if the lyricism is something that like will go over people's heads, so therefore it doesn't actually become a club hit. Here I feel like there was not as much boom, or not as much like there wasn't as much 808s, there wasn't as much like things kind of hitting and in that
there was only one record and that was all that.
Yeah. Like, all that, because even Bucko Jr., I like that for a different reason, which is what I'm realizing now.
Yeah. But all that is like, I'm outside.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so I was looking for a little bit more when he was talking about making songs for the people. You look for, oh my goodness. But I was looking for a little more oomph.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed this album a lot. But that was my thing with the production. But shout out to like Ninth being on this album on California Dreams. Schoolboy Q has some credits.
Tay B, Soundwave.
Yeah.
Terrace Martin.
Ab is my favorite one from TDE. So when it comes to his production, there is a certain level that I'm like expecting. And I think he got right up to it, but I also think he could have took it further.
Yeah, for me, this wasn't getting dressed up and going out. Mm-hmm. This was like, I'm going to work.
Yes, I agree.
Moving on to this part of the conversation, what's your favorite track?
Bucko Jr. It is a homage to BM Jr. or Birdman Jr. off the Carter One. That is one of my favorite songs from Wayne. One of the first songs that I like just dived in, learned all the lyrics. So hearing Soul do his take on that, flip all of these different references, the song just really pulls me in, gets me hype. Brings me back to a certain era while having a beat that is modern. Mm-hmm. And his pockets of flows, the way he borrows Wayne's flow but makes it his own, is incredible to me because that's hard to do when you're paying homage. So that's why that is my favorite song, because I think Ab was really, really in his pocket. What's your favorite track?
9 Mile.
Oh, start.
The intro was pretty incredible lyrically, and so I felt that was the best rap showing on this album. It was just incredibly intricate. I like that he's talking to himself as he's making it through. I feel like he brought down the music in order for people to hear him purposefully, and so that's really important. That was a very important style technique that I think is pretty effective for this record. So 9 Mile all the way.
What are y'all thinking about your favorite tracks, or what are your favorite tracks? I really want to know down in the comments. What did you think about the theming and the production and all of that? Because we are now at our arbitrary rating.
Yeah.
So what you got?
I have 3 out of 5 orange sodas.
For Kel, because you are all that. What's funny is I was about to say I have 3.75. I have
what?
Four. I have 4. I'll go to 4. I'm not gonna be a jerk. I have 4 good burgers. Good album. Could have been a little bit better. I can't wait to see what he does next.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? Let us know down in the comments. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you can get notified for anytime we drop one of these videos. Like, comment, subscribe, all this stuff. A 1, a 2, and peace.